You're now listening to the Pitchside Peregrines podcast, your home for all things Athletic Club Boise.
All right, everybody. Before we get into today's episode, quick shout out to KJO Insurance, the first sponsor of the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. Look, insurance premiums suck, but your coverage doesn't have to. They know Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll actually find you a deal that makes sense. DM them on Instagram at KJO Insurance with Pitchside, or call 208-883-4800 and tell them Kyle and Elias sent you. All right, let's talk some AC Boise.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Elias.
And I'm Kyle.
There we go. There's Kyle. We are here today for kind of a USL wrap-up, overall Athletic Club Boise episode. Here kind of touching on any club news that has come out since our last maybe catch-all episode, along with we're trying to start doing maybe a monthly USL table update for the greater USL One landscape, USL Cup, all the like. So excited to get into that today with you all. And yeah, Kyle, got any opening thoughts?
No, I mean, I'm just looking forward to another week. It's the season's starting to really warm up. There's some exciting stuff, that the club has planned with the upcoming should have been Tormenta game that we'll get talking about later in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one should be coming out post or before even the Union Omaha game. But yeah,
Yep.
the season's really starting to heat up. So
Yeah, we're starting to
a
get into
lot of stuff.
March is definitely the leanest month, I think, of the year. So we thank you, Athletic Club Boise, for making our lives a little easier right now. Come May, where there's 7 games in that month, I'm going to be talking a lot, and you might get
and one baby.
Yeah, and Kyle, it might be me talking
least.
by myself a lot. So Kyle will probably be on maternity leave then. So if any fans
if you want to record episodes at like 3 in the morning, I'm gonna be awake.
Okay. Nah, I'm okay.
Oh,
maybe come July when I have a baby, we can work that out.
We can record together at 3 a.m. It'll be great.
Well, before we jump into the player signing side, I know we've talked in past episodes, primarily our post game for the Sarasota match, about the starting 11 graphic that maybe didn't lend itself to the most kindly in our eyes. So I took some time out of my day to kind of make what maybe a starting 11 graphic I looks like. So here it is in all its glory, wherever I want to put it up on post ops. It kind of just gives you everything that you want in a starting graphic. I mean, you have a nice player picture of Joseph Mandema in this case. You have player numbers. In my opinion, I like player numbers not to be numerical, but lined up in position. So you start goalie, defensive trio, and then in my eye, I went right to left in, I guess, position. So Ricketts, Dengler, Cole, Moon, Musa, Mayaka, Bodley with the captaincy. So everyone knows who the captain is. Moshaban, Kostic, and Brito. And your subs. I know that's probably the biggest one, is knowing who was on the bench for the match, where the news came that Javier Garcia wasn't even on the bench, who we assumed was the starting goalie. Instead, it was someone who we'll be talking about a little later in this episode.
And our youth player made the bench, so he could have made a senior appearance. Jackson Stevens. So
and Jonathan Clewer, who was the backup goalie for the Sarasota Paradise game. So just thought I'd share that. It's mincing, it's splitting hairs maybe, but just as someone who enjoys these graphics, that's what I thought, and I just wanted to share with our loyal listeners and audience what I think a starting 11 graphic could look like. But
it'll improve. I'm sure the club will be like, okay,
it's their first game. It's again, it's not. We're not talking about an Arsenal FC. We're not talking about Tottenham Hotspurs. It's again 3rd tier soccer and Boise, Idaho. So, and it was their first ever graphic. So if you want to employ me to do your starting graphics,
you're hired.
I'm not available.
You're hired for the Pitchside Peregrines, Elias.
Yeah. Well, we do have some new player signings. We'll run through them here quickly and just kind of give you a breakdown of who they are and maybe a few fun facts and what kind of player we're getting with them. So I guess we'll start with the one that Kyle talked about first, which was the first ever amateur signing in Athletic Club Boise history, hailing from the great state of Idaho, a Bishop Kelly High School attendee. I'm not sure if he graduated or if he left before graduation to go to Austin FC, but that is Jackson Stevens, as mentioned, was a part of Austin FC, the colorway brother of Athletic Club Boise, with the black and green, Matthew McConaughey's love child, and was a part of their academy system and made some MLS Next appearances as well, and was on the bench for the game against Sarasota Paradise. He's a midfielder and just kind of a young talent and kind of building that true youth movement with an Athletic Club Boise. The amateurs do not count for a roster spot up to 3 amateurs on the
Mhm.
20-man roster. So,
Ooh, yeah, I'd have to go back and look at all that. I know
yeah,
we had mentioned it
I
briefly in
I
a
know
past
it's
episode.
3. You can
Hmm.
have 3 amateurs that don't count any more than 3. Each one counts as a true professional contract. So we have 2 more amateurs we could sign to keep bodies on the bench and
Hmm.
not take up maybe a
Yeah,
true signing uh, spot. So
yeah.
yeah.
And given that he's 17, I'm probably not graduated yet. I would
Yeah,
assume
definitely not.
not.
I think he's the class of
Yeah.
2026. So
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it sounds like he's bounced around a lot. So I mean, I don't know how much school he's actually gone to, but I mean, he a lot of online class. I mean, that's a
yeah,
thing now
I
for high
mean,
schoolers, I bet.
Bishop
So
Kelly, private Christian school or Catholic
yeah,
school, whatever.
send a
So
teacher with him. I don't know.
yeah, just call in. You're fine. You're
Yeah.
paying to go to
Yeah.
school anyway. So
Yeah. So
um
a bit of a homecoming for him coming from Austin and didn't have to switch jerseys really, but or at least colorways. So
yeah, I know Roger
yeah.
was probably happy to see our home kit wasn't the vertical black and green stripes. That would have been
I
far
think
too
I think
easy.
all I think all of us were.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At least there is at least a overall design change, but the greens and the blacks are very easily confused. So
Yeah.
if only we had a insulated mug like a mirror, because I know Mirror's based in Boise. That would have been way too on the nose to have Mirror and Yeti be
Yeah.
the 2 front of shirt sponsors for
Yeah.
Austin
Arctic, we
FC
could have
and
had like Arctic or something.
yeah, Arctic or Cordova, I think is a Boise
A
based.
Walla. A Walla, something
One
like
of them.
that.
So,
Yeah. There's too many water bottles, man.
yeah, what's the new trend is really, it was Stanley's, and we're moving forward. But
Hmm.
speaking of Stanley, that is a name. We have more names to talk about. I love connecting
Wow.
things.
That
Uh,
segue even confused me.
yep. Hopefully you're not confused. Hayden Sargis is the new guy on the block, the new defender who actually made an appearance, 4 minutes of
Hmm.
appearance in our match against Sarasota Paradise. He comes to us with a plethora of MLS, USL Championship, MLS Next experience. We reached out to him via Instagram and said, "Hey, do you have anything you'd like to share with the fans and share with our lovely listeners about maybe something unrelated to soccer about yourself?" And if you've seen his Instagram, you see that he has a link to his private chef Instagram account, which if you haven't seen it, it's Hayden Sargis underscore chef on Instagram. But he loves to cook, and that's what he hopes to do outside of soccer once he retires, or even he said he does want to bring back the private chef or personal chef business to Idaho and cook for you all. Probably not during season, but during off season. So if you want to support a player for the team and their personal professional goals outside of soccer, definitely check out Hayden Sargis underscore chef on Instagram and see what kind of food he makes for you.
Yeah, and Hayden also comes from kind of my area-ish to California, where I'm originally from. He's from Turlock, which is right there in the Central Valley, which also explains he spent quite a bit of time with Sacramento FC or Sacramento Republic. So that's right there, probably not too far, maybe an hour, maybe an
Hmm.
hour away. So that explains that connection before he made a move to DC United before then bouncing around to USL again after leaving DC United. He had made 3 or 4 appearances over 2 years, and then he bounced around. He went to Loudon, Phoenix Rising, Las Vegas Lights, and before coming over to Athletic Boise, he was last with Orlando City with their B team in MLS Next.
Yeah, we
So
love
yeah,
someone with a bunch of
lots of good
experience.
experience. Hmm.
He's bolstering that back line that is now six center backs on the team. Carl Ricketts,
Yes,
Dengler,
Paul Ricketts,
Musa,
Musa,
Yao,
Benny and
and
Yao, and
Sargis.
yep,
We've
six.
got
Which you want two in each position. So
yeah,
that
that's
is nice, and it's nice. It's
uh,
nice, obviously. Oh, sorry, you can go.
a full pit stop of center backs.
Yeah,
Let's say.
yeah. Hayden did come on at right wing back.
Yeah, he came on
Uh,
for Ricketts, right?
yes, yeah. He came up for Ricketts, Ricketts had slotted over to cover for Moon, and then yeah, he came on for Ricketts. But again, it's if you're looking to shore up the defense for the last 5 minutes, I mean, there's no harm in bringing in a
It's
right-footed center back to play right wing
squeaky
back.
bum time. Just get on and just
Hmm.
clear the ball. Don't even think
Yep.
about it. Don't try and make a fun touch. Just put your foot to the ball and burn time. So
No fun touches.
no fun touches, nothing like that. But Hayden, I hope to try your cooking sometime, maybe during the season or outside of the season. But again, welcome to Boise, and we hope that your cooking dreams can take off here in the Treasure Valley. Um, Moving on, we have a new international player from the hat of the United States, also known as our friends up north, Canada. That is striker Joe Hansen, a young guy coming to us with some MLS Next experience, some Canadian Premier League experience, and
Hmm.
some Irish first team experience, Irish Premier League or Irish First
First
Division
division, yeah,
with
first
Treaty
division.
United.
I
So,
think I don't think first division. I think is his second tier
of course,
of Ireland. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Yeah, League of Ireland first division. Yeah, it's the second tier of Ireland.
classic.
Yeah, second tier of Ireland.
But Joe gives us some depth in that striker position. Again, he played for the Whitecaps, MLS Next or B team, as Kyle mentioned it, in the 22 to 23 and 23-24 season. He then went over to the Valor FC, which is a part of the Canadian Premier League. Um, Respectfully, like stats don't scream off the page, but also it doesn't seem like he played a boatload with any of those teams. So a FOTMOB rating probably isn't kind to people who don't play a lot or get a lot of quality minutes. Where, yeah, if you're a striker and you're only playing a game here, a game there, you're not going to light up the score page. But
Yeah,
uh,
but at least it says here, just reading his bio with the team when he was playing for Treaty United in Ireland, he's kind of like Dom. One of his only goals was in the playoffs. Like that's the same with Joe. One of his goals for Treaty United was in the promotion playoffs against
hmm,
the Cobra Ramblers. So and it yeah, sure, he may not get as much game time or scored many goals, but the ones that he has scored have been important. So that's also a great skill to have, is being able to perform under that pressure.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the club we mentioned early on when it was just Yeah and Dennis, that we needed some more depth up front. And I think with the addition of Luan and now with Joe, we definitely have a core four, let's call it again, a true pit stop of forward attackers in the front two that we're playing with right now. So definitely interested to see Joe make his um, start or appearance in a game and see how he fits in. Obviously, did
Hmm.
not make the bench in last game, so wasn't even able to get on to the field. But we're just assuming that, hopefully, this game he is on the bench and is able to start for the club. So,
Also, I do want to shout out his hometown of Whitehorse in the Yukon territory of
Oh,
Canada.
that's
So
up north.
he's not just from Canada.
Yeah,
Like he's
Canada.
for he's from north of the wall.
He's from
He's where the White Walkers are.
the White Walkers in Whitehorse, Canada,
Yeah,
the
he's
greater,
the Great White North
the
for
Great
sure.
White North. So, Joe, hopefully it feels pretty warm here, given we have such a warm spring in Boise. I'm not
Yeah,
complaining,
80
but
degrees in March.
yeah, welcome to Boise, and we wish you nothing but the best in your endeavors to score some goals for Athletic Club Boise. We really need to find
Yeah.
a name for the team, be it the Peregrines or something like shorter than AC Boise or Athletic Club Boise.
I mean, AC Boise's not bad. AC
Yeah,
Boise, but I guess I mean, what's Leeds? Leeds is
the
just Leeds.
Whites.
I mean, but so's Tottenham. Like that's
Yeah,
not
the
that's so
Toffees
uncreative.
for
Yeah, that's creative
Everton,
and
the
unique.
Blades
And
for Sheffield,
yeah, it's creative and unique. It's not the whites.
the Owls for Wednesday. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just would. I've been spitballing, and I just obviously our name is
because
conveniently Pitchside Peregrines.
we can't do what Athletic Club in Bilbao does because they're just Athletic Club.
Yeah,
So it's just like we can't take that from them.
yeah. Spitball.
I think they might get sued
Yeah,
if we
probably
did.
not. Don't want to legal actions be taken. But if you have any
No.
ideas of what you want, maybe the fan base or the team to be called, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your thoughts on that
Man,
and
I'm
love
gonna
that
be stewing
interaction
on that
to
now.
present or give ideas to the club if they watch our videos and see the comments section. So, lastly on the signing list, as you may have seen or heard us talk about, that is Jonathan Clewer. Again, don't sue us on the name pronunciation. I think that's right. Goalkeeper,
I think he nailed it.
third third goalkeeper on the list. Was the backup goalkeeper for the game against Sarasota Paradise. College product, was the Horizon League goalie of the year when he was at during his time at the University of Detroit Mercer. He then made the transfer to Missouri State and had multiple Player of the Week accolades and the like during his time at Missouri State. So, don't really know if Javier Garcia is back with the team. We don't know what's going on there. I'm just
Hmm.
assuming it has to do with this engagement and everything along those lines. That he will be the backup, and then Jonathan will be kind of that third emergency goalie, and kind of just see this as a learning experience. And then if an injury comes up, he will be that backup. But who knows? We're not at team training, unfortunately. We don't
Hmm.
have access to that and aren't able to watch the team play to know. But definitely seems like in Javier's absence, he is filling that role as backup goalie in the event that Joseph Endema, with how aggressive he is, comes down with an injury. We would be relying on Jonathan to
Yeah.
keep balls out of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think kind of a thankless job, third goalie. Again, depending on the situation with Javier. Um, So yeah, we'll see how much maybe he could be a cup goalkeeper, or I mean, who knows? I mean, you never know. It seems like we didn't expect Joe to start the first game,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, you never know. He may surprise us. I mean, he's bigger than I think Javier
Yeah, he's 6'4".
and and Joe, so you never know. He may surprise us, but yeah, coming out of Missouri State, not quite the same pedigree as Clemson winning a national championship. But again, it's still, it's still an important position. And so you never know. You never know when a goalie needs to get called upon. And again, Javier, who knows if this is him being planned, being away, but all of a sudden Joe gets hurt and Javier's away for something or vice versa. All of a sudden you need, Cleaver to come in and just make
Yeah.
saves. At the end of the day, it's still that's the number one priority. And given his time in college, I mean, it definitely seems. I'm reading here one stat I think he had in 2022. He averaged almost 6 saves per game,
Wow.
which was top 10 in the nation. So obviously that shows his quality. It also shows maybe his defense wasn't the best because, that's 6 shots on target. I mean,
Yeah.
most teams, some teams don't even average 6 shots per game. The fact that he was getting 6 saves per game is kind of unreal.
Yeah.
So
Him and
yeah,
Javier can relate on that, just getting bombarded with shots
yeah,
when Javier was
Texoma,
at
yeah.
Texoma last year.
Yeah. So again, proven quality. It's hopefully he's able to get some game time underneath him, and we can see what he does.
Yeah.
And because you want to see these guys play.
Yeah.
So
You want to see them grow. They want to grow and have the opportunity to play
hmm
and not just sit on the bench for 40 games. Whatever that looks like. I think whenever I hear of the second or third string goalie, I always think of Blue Mountain State, of like the backup goalie or the backup quarterback is just the cushiest job you can be
hmm
until you're called upon to start. And then you're like, oh, this is very stressful. So Jonathan, welcome to the team. We hope you come to the club with a great hope of being the backup or starting goalie, whatever that looks like. I know me personally, I will not be putting in any minutes as the starting goalie for Athletic Club Boise anytime soon. I feel like I have to share this
we
amazing
the
clip.
world deserves to know.
Yeah, this is a America's funniest home video clip. As some of you know or don't know, I play in co-ed indoor soccer at Let's Play Soccer in the bottom division. Let that be known. This game was against Chris with the River Guard. He's on the team and he plays, I think, with some of his family and friends. And I was not aware that the field that we were on is the broadcasted field to all to watch. So um, I'll let the clip speak for itself and we can talk about it after.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, not my best effort. I can picture that
Let
perfectly
me
in the moment. And I
let
thought,
me just say this. Let me just say this. The wherewithal to just like keep your arms up and also just pop back up, like you didn't react poorly to getting nutmegged. Like you got done at the very beginning, the nutmeg at the very beginning, and then you still, like, you look like a hockey goalie. Like you look like where they go with their legs, they throw their legs out
yeah,
and
yeah.
do like they'll spread that's what you look like. You
Yeah,
were like, I'm gonna kick my legs.
I was looking for the windmill save goalie.
Yeah.
In the moment, I thought that hand was covering the entire goal and there was no way they'd score. But I feel like I
But
just had to
they
share
didn't
this.
score.
No, they didn't. They didn't
And
score.
didn't you win?
We did win. That was our first win of
That,
the year.
then there you go.
We love indoor soccer, but uh, Joe, Javier, Jonathan,
We need lessons.
Athletic
They
Club
need
Boise. Please let us know your thoughts. This is my huddle tape to audition for goalie for the club next year.
You can
Uh,
be fourth goalie.
yeah, I'll be honorary fourth goalie. But send me some tips. DM us some tips, maybe some tricks to avoid getting nutmegged. Indoor soccer is really weird with having the walls next to the goal, where the strategy really is to like blast it off the wall as a free cross in, which as a goalie just makes it so hard because you have to defend your near post, but also be prepared to shift off that near post when they blast it off the back wall
One,
and in.
I'm thinking of because obviously at college game day, McAfee does the you kick a field goal for
Mm-hmm.
whatever money. AC Boise could do at every home game. They could do, rather than score a penalty, try to save
Yeah,
a
save a
penalty.
penalty.
And that could, or they could be, everyone should try score a penalty against you. I
Yeah,
volunteer you.
against me.
I am whatever
Hey,
Manny and Roger said, not voluntelling, whatever whatever they said, that's you. You get to be the guinea pig for the
hey,
club
I
for
will
their new
say,
penalty
obviously,
game.
these goals are not full size goals. I did have a penalty. We did have a penalty called against us in this last game. I saved it. I fully saved it. I
Boy,
popped up and said, good try, and
stick that in your pipe
continued
and
on with the
smoke it.
game. and we won like 6-2. So
Oh, there you go.
Diamond Dogs, not today. We also recently replayed the team where this unfortunate event happened and won 7-3 or 6-3, something like that. So we're starting the season off
Attaboy.
undefeated. No big deal. Nothing to do with me. But if you want to show up to our games at 10:45 p.m., please, please come cheer us
Oh
on.
my gosh, that's
That's
amazing.
enough about Elias and his amazing accolades and how that'll be posted all over social media for our benefit too.
Oh, those
Um,
those reels are gonna rack up the views,
I hope
man.
so. For my sake, I hope so. Please share them with a friend, whatever you need to do. Um,
You better, I want you to add like the best sound effects to the nutmeg, like the oh
uh,
great heavens, oh great heavens.
yeah, I was gonna do the no, 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 no. So,
Oh my gosh, amazing.
enough about
Amazing.
that. Some other
Move it.
housekeeping.
We're gonna move the news train
Yeah,
forward. We're gonna keep it rolling
the fun hat has been taken off. The serious hat has been put on.
from
And
now on.
I know the few people I've been talking to around Boise, when they see me wearing an Athletic Club Boise hat or whatever, always are like, man, I really wish single game tickets were available. When do we know that information? And we
Well, well, well.
surprisingly got some info, at least for the home opener.
Hmm.
They go on sale this
Friday. Yep.
Friday at noon.
Yeah, Friday.
So if you aren't a season ticket holder and don't have the big game plan either, which we'll touch on shortly,
Yeah.
check
Boise's
out
bringing out all the different plans for
all the
people to go to
plans.
games.
Check out Friday for your single game ticket. That again is only for the home opener. So maybe
Hmm.
that's a recurring theme of 2 weeks before the home game. The single game tickets will go on sale.
Yep.
Unlike maybe the Steelheads or other professional teams that release all their single game tickets up front for the entire season. So
Hmm.
keep your eye on
Yep.
that. And as I
Three
mentioned,
and people have three options. People have three options for
yes,
single game tickets. You have the Ford family section, which is in the northeast portion of the stadium. So that'll you'll be looking you'll be on the east side looking into the sun, unfortunately, at the grandstand. And then the other section, and those are $10. Those are $10 a ticket. The other option is the supporter section, $20 a ticket. So that's standing room only in the south kind of stand. That's the south stand. I think there's 500 tickets total in the south stand, but you'll be with the river guard. It'll be loud. It'll be rowdy. You don't have a seat, so you better be okay being on your feet. And then the $39 tickets will be just to the east or to the right of the supporter section. That is the corner kick beer garden, which I do like that. I like the name, the corner kick. It's right next to the corner flag.
yeah,
I'm not sure. It'll be really interesting, and I think we can get on to the opportunity to kind of see this. But it'll be interesting to see what the actual seating looks like in the family section and in the beer garden. And are these going to be like what are the is the beer garden? Yeah, it's just going to be really interesting to see how the stadium is actually set up when
yeah.
it's all said and done.
From my understanding, my barber actually has season tickets to the beer garden. He was told it's standing room only. There'll be like cocktail tables all over, but there's no official seats. So, and I think the same with the family section as well, which is kind of your kid friendly. So for families with children, my understanding is this area is for people with kids to run around and probably at some point somewhere where potentially Kyle and I will have tickets for when our children are of the age that can be running around and not be needing to be helicopter dadded or mommed the entire time. So definitely not if you're looking for a single game but in seat. I don't know if those exist. Given how the entire
Hmm.
grandstand, I'm pretty sure is sold out, unless you're looking for a box seat. I don't think there's much available.
Which I bet for this first game, I bet those are gone.
Yeah.
Like for the
So
first game, I bet those, even if the season ticket isn't sold, I bet for
mhm.
this game they've been snatched up
Yeah, you'll
by,
have Casey Keller and
businesses.
Sophia
Mhm.
buying those out.
And
So
this will be interesting to see because we were told at least at one event where they said we will have 200 tickets that are available game day,
Mm-hmm.
like at the stadium. I wonder if that is still the case. I wonder if for this first game, are they dipping into that 200 for these tickets, or is it
Mm,
still when you show up on the 4th and you show up to the stadium 2 hours early,
yeah.
there's still 200 tickets for you to buy then and there.
Yeah.
I hope that is still the case because I would understand why the club would dip into that for this, but at the same time, it would be nice if they honored their word and still held to that promise, essentially what they told folks.
Yeah. I mean, 200 tickets would be amazing for, again, a family of four showing up and saying, oh, I can get into the game for $40 for two adults and two kids to hang out in the kids section and watch some soccer and have some fun time. And hopefully your kids don't get into too much trouble. That's awesome. But I guess we'll see and we'll try and do our best to do some
Hmm.
amateur journalism and see what the club can tell us about that come the first home game to report back to you and report back to those who maybe don't have social media, don't have season tickets, to try and get the best bang for your buck for a single game ticket. And if you're showing up match day, if there will be tickets available then, or if you need to be hounding at your phone on Friday at noon to be trying to get those single game tickets. So,
Hmm.
um, all around the topic of tickets, there are two other ticket plans that are available. Obviously, we don't work for the club and we aren't employed by them in any way. But I think it is beneficial for our viewers who maybe,
The people need to know.
yeah, people need to know. And for maybe those who don't live in Boise proper and would need to be traveling to games and maybe season tickets doesn't make sense, they do have two 10-game packages, the USL Cup plan and the Big Game plan. Both include 10 games. The big game plan includes tickets to the home opener, surprisingly enough. On top of that, at least the big game plan seems to be roughly every other game, plus or minus. They have the full game description online.
Mhm.
It You get 10 games throughout the whole season. You get some in March or some in April, May, June, July, so on and
Yeah,
so forth.
it looks like it's not quite every other, like, the big game plan has this game and then the next game is the USL plan and then it alternates. I don't think it's quite like that, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part it seems like 7 or 8 of the games that is how it is, where it's going every other is the different plans. But it's nice to give people like the flexibility because they
Yeah.
know they're not going to be able to go to every game. They still get a lot of the perks.
Mm-hmm.
um I'm trying to find that dang email where
Yeah, so they get it's a cheaper per ticket than if you bought single game
mhm,
tickets for 10 games. You get priority access to similar price seats for the playoffs, friendlies, and other matches if we do host a home playoff game or have an international friendly hosted at the club. Or if we make it to the next round of the USL Cup and we get a home draw, you'd also get cheaper tickets there. Besides that, I think those are the three big selling points for the 10 game pack. That is both, those perks are both for the big game plan and the USL Cup plan.
mhm,
Really, the major difference is the USL Cup plan includes the two home USL Cup group stage matches that
mhm.
we play against
Monterey and Sacramento.
our California people, Monterey and Sacramento. So those two could be fun to see USL Championship.
You even said it like a Californian. You did
Oh,
good.
cool.
You
I'm
don't
not even
pronounce your T's. You don't pronounce your T's if you're from California. It's not
Monterey.
Sacramento. It's Sacramento.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Honorary Californian here. Not
Yeah,
really.
there you go.
I'm from Seattle area. Um, Personally, if I had to choose, both have their pluses and minuses. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really going to be weighing
So
um, the the
leading
the
in
the heft of being at the first ever home game for an Athletic
mm,
Club Boise history definitely
for the big game
holds
plan. Yeah.
holds the big game
Is
plan.
that is that is that literally just because of the first home game? Do you think
Uh,
that's why they call it the big game plan? Because it's like that's the one? Because I'm looking at all the others, and there's Union Omaha, and there's Knoxville. I mean,
yeah,
if I had to pick one, I'd almost pick the USL Cup plan
yeah. If
because
you
I
want to
feel like
see
there's
what teams are like in the league above, um,
because you get the Cosmos, you get Madison, you get Portland, you get Sacramento and Monterey. I mean,
Yeah, check them out.
I'm I'm
Which one
leaning.
makes
If we didn't have season tickets, I would probably go with the USL Cup
yeah.
then.
Based on your schedule, maybe if you're having a kid during one of those times where a lot of the games you're supposed to go to are probably not the best one for you. But check them out if you don't have season tickets. They are available and they are there to purchase. So give them a look if that's something you're interested in. If you already have season tickets, there is a season ticket holder perk coming next week
Yep.
in lieu of our South Georgia Tormenta FC clash, as they don't exist anymore, is the
But they're
first,
coming back. But they're coming
allegedly,
back.
is the first ever fan fest in Athletic Club Boise
Hmm.
history. It is March 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the stadium. This is again for all season ticket holders, and ticket access will be showing up in your season ticket holder portal. So, Kyle, I'll be looking
Yeah,
for those in my
yeah.
portal for
I
us.
I I made the mistake. I don't know why we did it this way, but Elias is the king of our season tickets. I was just like, oh, I'll just get tickets with Elias. So now,
I think it was out of
now,
fear of I thought they were gonna sell out with season tickets immediately.
yeah.
So as
Hmm.
Elias is fast, he was awake
Yes.
and had his phone open at 10 a.m. for when season ticket reservations went live, and I
Yeah.
put two tickets in.
Yep.
Um,
So I am 100% reliant on Elias for everything. Elias, Elias literally has my season ticket.
yeah,
So club, if you could split that one day,
nope,
give me my ticket.
yeah, no, not happening.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah, at the game,
it's a cool event.
there's a lot
It's
going
cool.
on. If it's anything like Fort Wayne FC's Fan Fest that another USL media outlet covered, it seems to have a lot of face-to-face time with players. Can
Hmm.
talk to them. If your kids are at all fans, like it's fun to get photos with Blake Bodley, with whoever it ends up being, if they've come up with a favorite after one game and some preseason time. Uh, Looks like there'll be Snake River Barbecue and the Corner Kick Beer Garden will be open for those who like to
Yeah.
smash and house some beers. So
It
you can
it
check
will
out.
be Yeah, it will be interesting to see how open the stadium is because I mean I drive by it quite often because I
Mhm.
mean we live right there. The interior, how done is it? Is the team store going to be ready?
Yeah.
Are the box seats in the turf club going to be ready? Um,
Are our seats
there's
going to be
some
ready? Are we going to be able
yes,
to? Are you
I
going to be
think
able to
I
sit in
think
your seat and see what your view
uh,
is?
oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100. I think we'll be able to sit in our seats. I think this will be our seats for
Yeah.
sure. And I wonder if it'll be just like an 11 on 11, like AC Boise versus AC Boise. Like
Yeah.
one team just has a home kit, the other has a away kit. I mean, maybe we could get NNU, maybe we could get, I know Utah United was a team that we'd taken from Salt Lake and played them
Yeah.
twice in preseason. So that'll be interesting. I mean, I get why it's a, two 30-minute halves. There's probably like a 10-minute halftime. Um, and I picture like all the players having big long tables and you just walk
Hmm.
down the line and everyone, maybe that's also a good way to
Hello.
get people to buy that's a good way to get people to buy stuff
Yeah.
is to literally just have stuff for them to sign. I might have to get another hat or
Yeah.
a soccer ball.
Yeah.
I bet they have soccer balls that you could probably buy
Yeah.
because that's
Like
the
the
easiest thing to
USL
sign.
Select, like
Hmm.
green and black one. The
Yeah,
unspoken lore of the Pitchside Peregrines is the hat that Kyle is wearing at the moment is his second iteration of owning that hat. He lost it on,
Someone
yeah,
in Disneyland has a really cool AC Boise hat, and they're
and
probably like, I don't know what this is.
I owned one as well. And someone in Delta Airlines in Cabo San Lucas Airport probably is now a proud owner of an Athletic Club Boise hat. So
Because you left yours on the plane,
yeah, yep. Took it
and
off.
I made the mistake of Disneyland, there's a lot of hats that you can buy, and
Yeah.
my daughter wanted a hat or like Mickey ears or something, so I bought myself something to like match her. So I have like a Mickey Mouse hat, but it's got the ears on it, but it's
Hmm.
just all black. So when I put my hat, my daughter had the stroller, so I put my hat in the little undercarriage of the stroller thing, and at some point, sweatshirts and purses and food just
Gone
in and out
forever.
of that all day gone. And so yeah, someone at Disneyland that day, or someone who works for Disney has a nice AC Boise hat,
Come
and
on.
I'm
We're just
just
doing free
devastated.
PR for the team is all we're trying to do.
I love this hat, man.
Yeah, it's a nice hat. That is one thing I will say. The team has made some nice hats for their merch, and
Hmm.
according to their Instagram post, there will be fresh merch. I'm not sure if that means new stuff
Yeah.
or
How
just
how how do we feel about fresh? Is that, yeah, exactly. Is it new, or is it just they ordered more, so it's
yeah, of stuff
fresh?
that
It's
is sold
fresh.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, go to the event and find out. We'll obviously be there, so
Yeah.
come say hi to us if you see us. We always love
Hmm.
saying hi to loyal listeners, and if we're able to, we'll try and have our mobile recording equipment there to record some of y'all if you're interested
Hmm.
or into that, to be included in a future podcast of maybe our post fan fest recap video, since I think that'll be
Yeah.
probably a
We'll
fun
we'll
time
we'll
with.
have to do something. We'll have to do something at, just talking to folks and anyone who wants to chat with us and be in the pod.
For sure. So that's an update on all things Athletic Club Boise and Elias's goals of being a soccer goalie. We're going to cut to a quick ad break for today's sponsor, and we will meet you on the other side to talk about the greater standings of USL One. Real talk. You're already paying for insurance. Question is, are you overpaying? KJO Insurance covers Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll shop around to get you the best coverage for less. As you can see on their website, they have plenty of options for coverage. So please DM at KJO Insurance on Instagram with keyword pitchside, or call 208 833 4800 and tell them Elias and Kyle sent you. Now back to today's episode. And we're back. Thanks, KJO, for today's sponsorship. As mentioned before the ad break, we are also a podcast that covers all of USL One and want to make sure that you, the loyal listener, have an idea of what is going on in the landscape that is the league that Athletic Club Boise is in, what the standings look like, so on and so forth. So I'll probably throw on the screen what the table looks like right now. Obviously, most teams have only played one game. A few teams have played two. Athletic Club Boise at the time of today's filming, which is Wednesday the 18th, is sixth place. One goal, one game, one win, 3 points. Um, can't complain.
No, no, there's not much to complain about so far, and it's again, it's hard to tell, just because, again, not many teams have played more than once, as you've said. And really the only surprise, obviously, I don't think many people had. I know some folks have had FC Naples kind of hanging around the playoff spots, but I don't think many people assume that's where they're going to end up. I think we kind of had them mid-table in our predictions. So they're one of them, and I think just Forward Madison as a whole, because a lot of people had them towards the bottom of their power rankings and in their projections, and for them to come out and beat One Knoxville first game, first game, it was a big surprise. So seeing them, obviously they're not at the top of the table at the moment, but I know in the power rankings that the USL presents, they jumped 10 spots, so that's a big jump for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from point standpoint, they're all tied. I mean, there's
Hmm.
a lot of player or people tied second with 3 points.
Yeah.
I would assume I don't even know what the tiebreaker is. Is
Goal
it
difference.
Oh, so yeah, Portland Hearts with two as a goal difference.
Hmm.
They're in second, and technically everyone else below that is, well, no, I don't know. But all that to be said, I think
There's not a whole lot of points to go around.
no, there isn't. But we love giving you that snapshot of maybe come come a month from now, we can kind of see. I don't envision Union Omaha being at the bottom. I don't
No.
envision. I do envision New York Cosmos being near the bottom. I
Yes.
don't envision Corpus Christi being in a playoff spot. I think those are the big ones. I think it's again we're one match week 1/1.5 into the season. We've got a lot of runway left to go. But just wanted to give you that snapshot and kind of create the recurring segment that is the USL One table update.
Hmm.
And along
And
with that,
Yeah,
Go ahead.
were you about to jump into the US Open Cup?
Oh, of course. Presented
Oh,
by
perfect.
Prixel Tires or whatever.
No, this is the Lamar Hunt Open Cup.
Oh, not the
This is
USL
not
Cup.
this is not the USL Cup. Yeah,
All
the
right.
former
My apologies.
Jägermeister Cup. Gosh, yeah, numbskull.
We did have some upsets. We can't cover all the games because we'd be here for 3 hours, and I know you guys would love to hear us go over every score. But we threw in the three big upsets that we have so far. There are obviously some games still to be played, but so
Yes.
far, three USL One teams have been upset by amateur
Mm,
sides.
yeah. Yeah, kind of crazy. They call it the cup sets. The cup sets have been happening. The first one to note is yesterday, Portland Hearts of Pine lost to USL two side Vermont Green. So that's a pretty big one. Today we had Asheville City beat Greenville Triumph. And I think Asheville
3-1.
City, yeah, 3-1. So pretty decent result for Asheville City. I think they are USL 2. So they're USL 2 as well, and Greenville Triumph is in USL League One. So I mean, not the biggest jump per se, but it's still professional versus semi-professional. So yeah, that's definitely a massive result for them. And what is the other one? I think we
AV Alta
had,
lost to Valley 559,
yeah,
which
AV Alta,
is
Valley
their
559,
UPSL team
United Premier Soccer League. Interesting.
out of Fresno, California. So that just went final mere moments ago. That
Yeah, that's pretty because I don't think they're exactly a replacement for Fuego FC. These guys interesting. So who do they usually play? Let's look at Valley 559. Who's in their league? So Valley 559, so they're in the UPSL Premier
they play Bay
and
Area
they're,
United, Atletico San Jose, East County
oh
Revolution,
man.
Project 510, and Azteca FC, and uh, uh, a Soriano Sport, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
teams we
so
don't
yeah, so
know,
it's
to say the
no
least.
one for someone who grew up in that area, I literally know none of these teams. Not a
Yeah.
single one.
And
Dang.
it looks
Okay.
like the man of the match was their goalie with an 8.4 and a
Okay,
yellow
so
card. So he was standing on
so
his head.
he
Looks
made
like
some saves.
five shots on target, 17 total shots for AV Alta. I mean, Valley 559 had seven shots on target, so still peppered the AV Alta goalie the same, if not more,
Hmm.
than themselves. Maybe the quality of saves were far better for what Mark Gomez had for Valley 559.
Yeah.
Spokane Velocity eked by Ventura County Fusion 2-1. That was the closest one. On top of New Mexico United in a double red card match against the Cruisers,
Awesome.
won on a 91st minute winner when both teams were down a man. So that would have been a USL Championship side losing to a amateur
Yeah,
side.
that
But
that would have been a big one. How did our upcoming opponents do, Elias?
Union
In Union
Omaha
Omaha.
absolutely spanked Boffs St. Louis, uh,
Boths.
which we
Eight
again,
nothing.
yeah, 8-0. Again, when I first saw it, I thought they were playing the Ajax team, like an Ajax amateur team, because Ajax's logo here, Boffs FC logo here. I don't know. From my old eyes, both seemed very similar from looking at it on my phone screen. So,
For
um,
those wondering, Bofs is all caps BOHFS, and they are located in St. Louis. And I'm trying to find Bofs stands for. What does it say? Because I mean, how do you get that acronym? let's see here. They're in the Midwest Premier League, and they're whose name originated as an inside joke among friends, essentially meaning homies, buddies, or brothers, in Bosnian.
Of course,
So that's what both means.
both of us are
Both of us, yeah.
very close friends.
So yeah. Well, I'm glad they made it to that round of the
Yeah,
USL Cup
I'm
or
glad
of
they
the
showed up.
of the Open Cup.
And if you didn't know, unfortunately, Athletic Club Boise did not make it this year due to the U.S. Soccer Federation's excuse was with the World Cup being in America this year, they had to let less teams in, so no expansion teams from USL League One were able to join just due to less teams being able. Supposedly next season that shouldn't be the case, and USL one teams, including Athletic Club Boise and all other expansion projects, should be in the Lamar Hunt USL Cup, US Cup.
Yep.
Sorry, we'll see. That's all I will say. It sounds like people aren't holding their breath that maybe the U.S. Soccer Federation is going to keep this 16 team limit on the USL one to not have the entire league show up.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
it similar to the FA Cup where you have plumbers from semi-pro
yeah.
teams beating, you have Wigan beating Man U, you have whatever the other upset was where Crystal Palace lost early in the FA Cup.
Oh, to was it Macclesfield?
Yep, and then you have Port
Yeah.
Vale making it onto the quarterfinals, playing Chelsea now in the FA Cup. So,
Yeah, which is really cool. I think the one that I remember the most was Tottenham played a semi-pro team in the FA Cup. Plays
oh yeah, and a plumber scored
semi-pro.
on them.
Mm-hmm. In FA Cup. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Let's see
And he
here.
nutmegged
Yeah,
them,
they played Tamworth.
of
Yeah,
course.
Tamworth. So it's cool. I mean, that's why they call it the magic of the FA Cup, and it's where, giant killers and these different teams are. And I mean, I think what was it? I think what was another one? Who did Manchester United lose to this year too?
Wigan,
Was that wait, no, it was Grimsby.
Grimsby. My
Grimsby
apologies.
Town, Grimsby Town, who are in either League Two or League One. But yeah, it's a really cool. The more we can be like that, the better when it comes
Yeah,
to the U.S. Open Cup. Um, I don't
yeah,
know.
especially in like
Its magical moments is the biggest thing. Is because you think of those tiny teams
yeah,
like the team that just beat AB Alta.
yeah.
Like these guys, it's just a cool moment. It helps keep that. I wish they did it like in Germany. In
Mm-hmm.
Germany, they have the same thing. Only the small. If there is a team that is in a lower division, they always host. They
Oh,
always host the bigger team. So I do. I know some teams would rather like travel because they want to play in the cool stadium, or if they want to, if you're Grimsby, you want to go play at Old Trafford. Um, and they can also technically sell more tickets. I
yeah,
think
having
they can
an
because,
away stand at
yeah,
Old Trafford bigger than your
yeah,
entire
yeah,
stadium.
essentially, yeah. But I do like the way Germany does it, where they want to give these lower teams the upper hand as much as
Mm-hmm.
they can.
Yeah,
So they always make the team in the higher tier travel. I'm like, so I think that's kind of fun because then it's just like I got to go watch, Bayern Munich play against Dynamo Dresden
yeah,
in Eastern Germany
of
or
course.
something like that. Um, I think that would be a cool aspect. That'll never happen here. Never, never, ever. Um, but then again, no people said pro rel would never happen, but I
Yeah,
guess it
here
hasn't
we are.
happened yet. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
The US Open Cup's fun.
the U.S. Open Cup's fun, and um, if any upsets do happen in the last games wrapping up tomorrow, I will put them on the screen here. That it will be potentially Charlotte Independence, Ford Madison, Westchester, or Chattanooga for USL one side teams playing. But if a USL championship team loses, I'll be sure to slap it on
Yep.
there. And shame to them
Let's
for
see who
losing.
else. There's a few more good ones. Who is it?
Lexington,
Flint.
El
So
Paso.
Ford Madison plays the Flint City Bucks. Charlotte Independence plays Ristosi.
Yeah.
That's it, just for Susie. Lexington plays Flower City Union. Westchester plays the
New
New
York
York
Renegades.
Renegades. Chattanooga plays the Tennessee Tempo. El Paso plays Laredo Heat and Pittsburgh River. So at least it's very regionalized.
Yeah.
That's definitely, obviously,
I'll
for
be
these smaller
excited.
teams, you don't want to have them travel across the country.
Yeah, I'll be very excited for when the Portland Bangers get to play Sporting Cascade in their USL or US Open Cup draw next season, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
think there is one team here. What are they called? Boise. Um, I forget what tier they're in, but there is another there is a semi-pro team here in Boise, and I forget what they are called. And because that would be fun. I think maybe they're in the UPSL, Idaho Cutthroats, and they are in the UPSL.
hmm,
AC Boise could be playing the Idaho Cutthroats here in a couple years in the Open Cup.
boom. Idaho Cutthroats, watch your back. Athletic Club Boise's coming to town, and hopefully they don't lose to you. But yeah, I think we've talked our listeners' ear off enough tonight, Kyle. I
Yeah,
think we've talked about the Bundesliga, talked about the FA Cup, embarrassed myself on the internet. Not the first time I'll do that,
and
but
you're
well,
you're out there, you're playing, you're having a good time. That's all
unfortunately,
you can do.
none of the games this season, as we got demoted to the worst league, are on Field
I thought
One.
you said you were already in the worst.
Yeah, I guess every season they kind of readjust.
Create a new level of bad.
Yeah, new level of bad, and
Oh,
we
buddy.
were one of two teams to get demoted, and
How many teams are in the lower league? Two?
uh, there's now six teams, five teams, so
Okay.
we play
You're not
most teams
alone.
twice. So we'll get a home and away and get to really build some good rivalries with
There you
the
go.
Advil Avengers, which is Chris's team. Shout out. Had a fun game at 11 p.m. last Friday.
Oh, so you're starting game as we're wrapping up the podcast. So
Yeah,
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 you're
yeah.
you're you're used to it.
We were just at halftime right now, last Friday. So,
Oh boy.
again, let's we gotta stop the train and end the episode. So,
Good night.
again, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Check us out on Patreon and all the like. We always appreciate your support and input. And we hope to see you at the Fan Fest on the 28th. And we are excited to talk to you about Athletic Club Boise's post-match game with Union Omaha on
Yep.
Sunday, the 21st. So
Yeah.
22nd.
We'll
Sorry,
see.
22nd.
We'll talk to you guys on Sunday.
Yes, sir. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's all for today's episode. If you enjoy the show, make sure to like, comment, share with a friend, and make sure you're following the show wherever you listen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all updates and future content to come. If you want to help support the pod and get access to exclusive content, early episodes, and bonus perks, head over and check out our Patreon. It truly helps us keep this thing growing. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of the community, and we'll catch you in the next one.